Man, what a week for Steeler Nation. It's been an emotional ride from start to finish. We just lost one of the most crucial pieces of our defense, made a surprise move that no one saw coming, and now there's a blockbuster trade rumor shaking up the entire league. On top of that, a quarterback situation is brewing that could completely change the direction of our franchise. Four major stories, each impacting our team's future in a different way. And trust me, the last one will make you rethink everything about how we approach the draft. But before we jump in, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and help this channel grow stronger with Steeler Nation. The bigger we get, the louder our voice becomes. Now, let's get into it. The first story hit hard. When the news broke that Deshon Elliott was headed to injured reserve, I felt that gut punch instantly. He went down in Week 8 against the Packers while trying to bring down Tucker Kraft, a normal play that turned into a nightmare. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler reported that although Elliott's ACL is still intact, the organization expects him to miss the rest of the season. Coach Tomlin called it week to week. But when a guy lands on IR, we all know it usually means he's done for the year. The timing couldn't be worse either. We just extended Elliott this offseason on a 2-year, $12.5 million deal with over $9 million guaranteed. He was having one of the best seasons of his career, putting up 38 tackles and a sack, after last year's breakout with 108 tackles in 15 games. Losing a player like him, one who anchors the secondary, reads the field like a general, and leads by example, is devastating. But Tomlin was clear. Replacing Elliott isn't a one-man job. It's going to take multiple guys stepping up. With the Colts' high-powered offense coming to town in Week 9, our timing couldn't be tougher. Still, Steeler Nation doesn't quit. We adjust, we fight, and we find a way. Hours after Elliott was placed on IR, the front office made a move that shocked everyone. Kyle Duggar is now a Pittsburgh Steeler. Adam Schefter broke the news that we traded a 2026 sixth-round pick to New England for Duggar and a seventh. Talk about quick action. Duggar had just signed a 4-year, $58 million deal with the Patriots before 2024, but when Mike Vrabel took over, Duggar's role was reduced. He started only 4 of 7 games this season and played under half of their defensive snaps. But his track record speaks volumes. 441 tackles, 25 for loss, 24 passes defended, 9 interceptions, and 3.5 sacks over 81 games. In 2023, he played nearly every snap for New England, finishing with 109 tackles and 2 picks. The talent is there. No question. It'll take time for him to learn the system, but between Chuck Clark, Jabril Peppers, and Juan Thornhill, we've got depth to hold things down while he gets up to speed. The fact that New England shipped him off for essentially scraps makes this a huge win for us. It's the kind of smart, opportunistic move that shows this front office is still thinking ahead. Now, let's talk about the rumor that's setting the NFL world on fire. Quinnen Williams potentially coming to Pittsburgh. According to Bleacher Report's Christopher Knox, the Steelers are one of the teams that makes sense for the Jets' star defensive lineman. Williams, a 3-time Pro Bowler and 2022 All-Pro, is an absolute force. 40 career sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and one of the highest run defense grades in the league. We saw firsthand what he can do back in Week 1 when he torched our offensive line with a sack, 3 QB hits, and 2 tackles for loss. The idea of pairing him with our current front 7 is insane, the kind of move that would completely shut down opposing run games and open things up for our secondary. But there's a big catch, the price tag. Knox reports that any deal would start with a 2026 first-round pick and likely include more. That's steep, especially with a roster already filled with veteran defenders. Trading away that first-rounder could also crush our chances of drafting a future quarterback if Aaron Rodgers retires this offseason. As tempting as it is to imagine Williams in black and gold, this might be one of those right player, wrong time situations. And speaking of quarterbacks, there's one last story that's stirring things up. Fansided floated a proposal linking Spencer Rattler to the Steelers. And while it sounds wild at first, the logic checks out. With Derek Carr retired, Rattler started the year as the Saints' QB1 but eventually lost the job to Tyler Show as New Orleans spiraled. Fansided's Justin Carter argues that Pittsburgh could give Rattler a fresh start with better coaching and stability. It's a low-risk move. We could probably get him for a mid-round pick. If it works, great. If not, no big loss. And given that Will Howard is on IR and Rodgers' future remains uncertain, it might be worth taking a chance. Interestingly, we've also been linked to Saints wide receiver Rashid Shaheed, so if trade talks heat up there, adding Rattler into the mix wouldn't be far-fetched. It could be a 2-for-1 deal that gives us both depth and upside. So, to wrap it all up, Deshon Elliott's season-ending injury hit hard, but the team responded quickly by trading for Kyle Duggar. Rumors about Quinnen Williams bring both excitement and hesitation, while the possibility of Spencer Rattler in black and gold raises some intriguing what-ifs. These moves and rumors all point to one thing: the Steelers aren't sitting idle. They're actively trying to fix, adapt, and build for the future. The trade deadline is right around the corner, and anything can happen. So, Steeler Nation, what's your take? Which of these stories got you fired up, and which ones have you worried? Drop your thoughts below. And as always, let's go Steelers.